'cause you got that like you, 'cause you got that something that I need in my life, so give it to me.
Hello, today I bring a very special video. This video will be the last for the R36S game console. This is a rundown of micro guides, important facts, how to spot a clone, and very important information regarding the R36S. If you go on my groups, I have also shared two images with everything done, a 128GB and a 64GB, and these are my final versions of a very complete, almost magical R36S, very close to the level of Anne Hathaway as Catwoman in The Dark Knight. In the ready-to-run image, RCOS is updated. There are special collections. Portmaster has all the runtimes. Pico 8 is native. And all safe scraping is done, and so much more. For the Portuguese and Brazilian, also a special treat, lots of translated stuff. The scraping had some issues with Romax, so if you're thinking about scraping your box arts, you should know if he cannot find the right name, he'll try to guess. So in some cases it is better just to leave it alone. In Nintendo DS folder Dominus collection that I dedicated to Romax and improvements, he changed Rondo of Ruin back to Portrait of Ruin and scraped the art of the Portrait of Ruin. Since it's not an official game, Scraper tried to do the best next thing. The image share were built on the foundations of AeolusUX, Christian Etienne, LogosGaming, and so much more people that created and worked on creating these goods for the console. I simply glued all the work together.
Is super strong, and once it's on, it holds on tight.
I will leave links to their GitHubs, so if you want you can support them and say thanks. This console is awesome, and on our path to knowledge, we learn mostly good stuff, like using our mobile phone to provide internet access to our consoles, how to run R36S as a Pico 8 native machine. How to install computer games, amongst other things. Some of them hardware related, like the new shoulder buttons and all effect joysticks. I honestly feel with peak performance.
I'm a tech YouTuber and I'm here to show you things you can't afford. This is the Hand by Boston Dynamics. You can replace your own limbs with technology because technology is strong and the flesh is weak. It's got Bluetooth 5.2 and a Snapdragon 480 Plus.
And from here, the improvements and updates will be super incremental, mainly RetroArch configurations. Anyways, if you want to support this kind of end job, I made a kofi account. The 128GB image is for the original screen, and the 64GB image is for panel 4 V5. To be completely sure of what version of the screen you have to use, there is the online tool provided by AeolusUX named What is my screen? You load your DTB and it will tell you, but in the end that doesn't even matter, since the images will have all screen files inside boot partition, inside the folders all screen and new screens. In case your DTB corrupts, or if there is a problem and you need to change it, it will have all the tools to make it work. You simply delete the boot partition problematic files, paste the correct non-corrupted ones, remove SD card from computer, then insert it back again, so it updates and it is done. I want to talk a little bit about scraping too, since some people just want to scrape their stuff. To use the console scraper, you need to create an account on Screen Scraper website. It can be a free account. Then you go on R36S, press Start Advanced Scraper, then you insert your username and password, connect your console to internet, and you will be able to scrape artwork for games. Since it takes quite a lot of time, pick the consoles you want to scrape. When you are finished scraping, you have to enter any emulator console on main menu, then press select and update all game lists. For PC games you will need Portmaster, and I will leave the link in the description. To install Portmaster on your console is very simple. You just need the .sh extension named InstallPortmaster.sh. This file needs to be on the Easyroms ports folder. Then you go on ports folder on console and click on it and install. After installing Portmaster, you will need games. There are ready to run games and paid games. There are also ways of not paying for these games. And if you browse the internet, you might find them. As always, if you can, please support the game devs, especially the indies. If you still need help, ask on groups like Discord or WhatsApp. These computer games or ports need two pieces to work, a .sh file and a game data folder. They will go into Easyroms ports. If you are buying a game console R36S today, you will also need to learn this. There are a lot of fake R36S consoles around. Some fake R36S game consoles use emulec instead of ArcOS. On the authentic R36S, the left thingy on the battery cover that I will show you, this thingy is usually shorter than this one. It's not a rule, but in the consoles of this year it happens this way. The older consoles, you have to find other signs if it's real or not. But in the new consoles, this thing is shorter. As I was saying, this is not a universal law, since I have the original R36S from November 2023, which is real, and the right and the left thing have the same length. But if you buy one today, this might be a sign. If you think you were scammed, remove back cover so you can see the CPU. It has like 6 screws you need to remove. So you can see the CPU that is located here. It's pretty easy. If they sold you a fake console, you can ask for the refund. It will be okay, especially in AliExpress, since they don't want to cause any confusion or problems. The CPU will be Rockchip 3326, and you should see 2 RAM chips. I bought a whole lot of consoles and they were all real. I got them from choice AliExpress shops, especially Boyom store. The big but for these stores is that sometimes the SD card comes locked. You can copy from, but you can't delete or add stuff. It is write protected. Normally I simply delete the SD card and flash my own image, but for a casual user it will not be so simple. It will also might be wise to keep the SD card for backup. Even if you are building your image with your own ROMs and such, this card sometimes has interesting ROM sets and arts, and you might want to save it for other projects. You can literally go on Easyroms partition, select all, copy paste all ROMs to your laptop. You can also trim the fat on these ROM lists, since the sellers of these consoles love repeating the same game 5 times. My favorite program or app, if you like, for SD card read and write is Win32 Disk Imager. With this free program, you will be able to flash images onto your SD card and make an ethereal copy of your SD card and save it on your computer. In these final images, I flash AeolusUX image into SD card. I took everything I needed from the original SD card, then add everything I need from different sources. Backing up configurations, deleting useless stuff, improving and backing up when I wasn't sure of something. It took a lot of work. When you write an SD card, be very mindful of the ladder or partition that you are writing. If you are allowed to choose between original screen and panel 4 version 5, go for the original. The quality is vastly superior. Blacks are more dense and overall textures more detailed. This is really cool, especially on GBA, since originally GBA did not have backlight. To help with this problem, they made the color palette much more brighter than it should be for the GBA original hardware. Original screen will make everything look prettier and better in GBA. In the other hand, really dark games like Resident Evil Survivor and Alien Trilogy on PlayStation might be better using Panel 4 version 5, if you catch my drift. Panel 4 version 5 is a whole lot brighter. In all consoles I bought for me and my friends, these were the screens that came with the consoles. Now, this is a little bit what is inside the 64 image. And now I will show you the 128 GB image. And this was our video. If you want to give me money, I have a Kofi account. If you want to see a small gameplay of what I'm playing currently on my R36S game console, I will show it next. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.